In the past 48 hours, 2 more American cities have been convulsed by the fatal shootings of African-American men by white police officers, raising yet again the emotional debates that have vexed this country all too often over police tactics and accountability, and of course, race in America. The first shooting happened Tuesday night in Baton Rouge. Videos of the encounter appear to show police pinning a 37-year-old man, Alton Sterling, to the ground when one of the officers seems to pull out and fire his gun. The Baton Rouge police chief says that Sterling was armed at the time he was killed. The Justice Department has opened a civil rights investigation of that case. Then on Wednesday night, another video from a suburb of St. Paul, Minnesota. After getting pulled over for a broken taillight, 32-year-old Philando Castile was shot by police in the front seat of a car while his girlfriend and her young daughter were also inside the vehicle. Castile reportedly had a concealed carry permit and told the officer that he had a firearm in the glove compartment. Joining us now from Princeton University to talk about all this is Eddie Glaude, the university's professor of religion and African American studies and chair of the Center for African American Studies as well. Professor Glaude, good to have you. What are, just give us a sense, what are we to make of these two shootings and what are the implications of them? It seems like this is an incredibly familiar thing we're going through once again. Just give us an overview of what you think.
Well, I think it confirms for us that we have a crisis in policing in this country, that we need to do more than just simply talk about common sense policing. We need to talk about what's at the core of these shootings, and that I think it's a set of assumptions about who black people are and how those assumptions inform fears and how those fears are justifications for this kind of behavior. It's very hard to talk about. You know, it's very hard to wrap one's mind around this. For me, it confirms what I've been arguing, and that is that there's a value gap at the heart of American society, and that value gap is the belief that white people matter more than others. And we see this over and over again in these sorts of instances. Even the Minnesota governor said that if this was a white couple in the suburbs of St. Paul, that they would still be the driver would still be alive. And so it's devastating, and I'm really angry. You know, I'm really trying to manage my emotions because it reflects in some way, John and Mark, this idea of the precariousness of what it means to be black in this country. That anytime you walk out of your house, you don't know if that's going to be the last time you breathe your last breath, simply because you're black. And I'm a professor at Princeton.
Yeah. Professor, it's been an extraordinarily emotional period for everybody, and the fact that the video from this morning is just so heartbreaking. Let's just focus for a moment on positive. What is a city or a state or anybody doing that you've seen that gives you some hope that there's best practices out there that people can adopt?
To be honest with you, I'm not in that mode yet. No examples tend to come to mind. I'm still thinking about Alton Sterling's son and him weeping. I'm still thinking about Diamond Reynolds' daughter, her 4-year-old daughter. Can you imagine? In that moment, the 4-year-old daughter is saying, "Mommy, I'm here for you. Don't worry, Mommy," that she finds the resources within herself to try to console her mother in the face of this tragedy. So I haven't tried to reach for examples out there of policing in which we've addressed or examples that illustrate that some police force has actually addressed the fundamental racist assumptions informing policing in this country. I'm trying in some significant way, Mark and John, to kind of manage what it means to be a father who's worried about his son. And it's something that I think I need to say this to you guys and to your public, right? I don't think it's hard to imagine what it's like for African Americans. Whenever someone they love leaves the house, you have to be concerned that they're going to come back home. You have to be worried that they're going to come back home. It's like living under a condition of terror from any direction, at any time, at any moment. We heard this in Philando's sister's interview. One member grieving around Alton Sterling's death, and the next moment, she's experiencing this. It's this haunting public ritual. So I don't have any examples to bring to you of good policing in this country. I'm sure there are, but none come to my mind in this moment.
Professor Glaude, we have about 1 minute here. President Obama posted on Facebook saying, you know, we need better community policing. We also have to solve the underlying fissures. Is this something that is this problem something that presidential leadership can solve, or is this got to be a bottom-up solution if there's going to be a solution?
It has to be all of us, from the top and from the bottom. I think we have a host of racial habits that orient us in our day-to-day lives, that inform our day-to-day decisions, that set the frame, the context for these sorts of impromptu decisions that lead to the death and murder of people. I think the president can be bolder, can be even more forceful. He hasn't, for a variety of reasons, reasons that he may know and reasons that I may offer. But I think we need to collectively, to echo James Baldwin, we need to collectively look at the ugliness of who we are, honestly, and confront it if we're going to ever make substantive change in this country. I think I'm doubtful that we can do it, but I'm hopeful that perhaps a few of us, a relative few of us, will actually do it. But
all right.
I'm trying to keep it together, guys.
All right. Well, good luck with that, and obviously we're all feeling it. Eddie Glaude, thank you for coming on.